New this morning, we have some new video giving us a different view of a police shooting that happened this summer in Silver Plume.
Steve Stager has spent days going through all of the video, and Steve, it tells a very different story than we originally got from officials.
Yeah, when this happened in June, the Clear Creek County Sheriff's Office told us that 22-year-old Christian Glass was immediately argumentative and armed himself with a knife. This video shows that he told officers he was terrified, kept his hands on the dashboard for most of the 70 minutes that they were there. His car was stuck on a road in Silver Plume, so he called 911 asking for help, showed some signs of a mental health crisis at the time. So over the next 70 minutes, police were at times aggressive, at other times calm, like the moment where Christian shows an Idaho Springs police officer a heart-shaped rock he had bought in Moab. The mix of approaches is one of the faults that our use of force expert found as he reviewed this video.
But then you start balancing that approach with the other more antagonistic, hostile, provoking approaches of the other officers. It gets very confusing to an individual, especially one who is suffering an episodic event.
Lawyers for Glass's family provided this video to us. We've spent the last week getting it in front of both police and mental health experts. We expect to hear from Christian Glass's parents coming up during a press conference at 11 o'clock this morning. And coming up in our next half hour, we will hear from our experts as they break down this video step by step. A lot happens in a matter of 70 minutes. We will show you in just a bit.
Tough video.
Such troubling video. All right, Steve, thank you.
Also this morning, we're learning more about the man accused of killing Arvada police officer Dylan Vakoff.
9 News reporter Darius Johnson has been tracking this story and joins us once again. And the suspect in the hospital, but he is in custody, right?
Hey there, Gary and Corey. Yeah, that's right. 31-year-old Sonny Almanza has a criminal history that dates back to 2008, and court records show that he was convicted for misdemeanor assault and sentenced to 6 years at a detention facility for minors. Now, Almanza is currently being investigated for the murder of a police officer, attempted murder, child abuse, and possession of a weapon by a previous offender. This incident unfolded early Sunday morning, just before 2 o'clock in the morning, when Arvada officers were called to an apartment at West 51st Avenue near North Marshall Street for a welfare check of 2 children. 27-year-old Officer Dylan Vakoff was one of the responding officers. Upon arrival, police say it was a chaotic scene with a large group of people fighting in the street. Police say as officers tried to break up the fight, shots then rang out. Police say Almanza was the person who fired a shot, hitting a woman, then exchanging gunfire with officers, ultimately killing Officer Dylan Vakoff. Right now, we know Almanza is in custody and is still in the hospital at this time. I was just speaking with the Arvada Police public information officer, who says they do expect him to be released within the coming days. Upon him being released from the hospital, he'll be taken to the Jefferson County Jail, where he will then await his first court appearance. Right here behind me, you can easily see that there is a growing memorial for Officer Dylan Vakoff. But the one thing that you can't really see from the camera, or that you can't sense from the camera, is the abundant amount of smell that you're getting from the bouquet of flowers that are out here this morning. And you're hearing from so many people who continue to walk up this morning and share their sentiments and their stories of Officer Vakoff. We're live this morning at the Arvada Police Department. I'm Darius Johnson for 9 News Mornings.
Yeah, that memorial certainly has grown. Darius, thank you. More hot and dry weather this week, not nearly as bad for Denver classrooms as last week, though. New data from DPS shows some classrooms hit 95 degrees. A district spreadsheet shows staff complaints start as early as 8 o'clock last Tuesday. At West High School, classrooms recorded around 85 degrees before students even arrived for the day. The district says 85 is the cutoff to start deciding to send kids home early, but many were still in class on Tuesday. Inside South High School, it was 95 degrees by 2 o'clock. At George Washington High, administrators did cancel the night's games because by 1:30, the school gym reached 98 degrees.